Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Morning, copycat. Good morning, country prepper 19. I just decided I had the time today, so I would do. We haven't had coffee. We haven't had coffee. Copycat, you got your coffee? Country prepper, you headed to work? What you doing? Good morning, everybody. There's a lot coming in news wise, but sometimes it's good for all of us just to center and hang out together and chat about the things that are going on around us, which is, ooh, there's a lot. There's a lot. As y'all know, last night I reported about the mass shooting, and something is not adding up. How many of you have seen videos and pictures of this guy? Something is very up with this situation. I'm not really sure. I'm still trying to put two and two together, but there is a confirmed 20 some people that were killed, and then on top of it, over 60 people injured, and I think those numbers are going up. Um, which is a sad, sad situation in the United States. We Good morning, Lisa. Good morning. How are you, sister? Glad to see you. It's something is up with the situation that happened, but we can look at everything that's going on around us and get all worked up about it, or we can stay centered and focused. And y'all know I think centering and focusing is like really important. It doesn't mean that we shouldn't be aware of what's happening or what's going on, but there's so much going on right now. Just a real quick news brief because I want to take this more on a positive note this morning. And one retail credit card APR hits record high, y'all, of 28.93 average. Wow, that is crazy. Good morning, fisherman. Good morning. Good morning. It's crazy. 28.93%. That's absolutely nuts. And that's those APRs belong to Academy Sports, Outdoor Credit Card, the Burlington CC cards, the Good Sam Rewards, Michaels, and so on. Some of them are all the way up to 33.24%. Like, this is not the time to get yourself in debt. I'll tell you that much. If anything, get yourself out of debt. Good morning, Nunya. Nice to see you again. Now, I did do a cooking premiere this morning, so if y'all want to check that out, that'd be great. It's something though. Also, Montana just got up to over a foot of snow, and they're actually canceling school and bus routes. First major snowstorm, and I think we're in for a heck of a winter. Like, honestly, I think we're in for a heck of a winter. My grandmother and Farmer's Almanac and some other resources used to always say the woolly worms that go across they kind of look like a caterpillar, and they'd be going across the highways and stuff. But those, if they're a light tannish color, then it's going to be a mild winter, and if they're black, super black, then they end up being a very, very cold winter. And I think it was about a month ago that I was already seeing woolly worms that were dark black. So I think that we're going to have a heck of a winter. So I hope that you have ways to keep warm, especially if you don't have the capability of a fireplace in your home. Make sure that you're thinking about other ways to stay warm. And I know they're expensive right now, but you could look around on Macari and eBay and different places. Everyone needs to have a wool blanket in their preps. Um, it is kind of our prepping Thursday morning. I just figured I'd jump on, have a little Java with y'all and chit chat. But I think it's really important, wool blankets. I hated them. I hated them during the military. I absolutely hated wool blankets. But the thing is a wool blanket can really bring your body temperature up. And not only that, you could hang them on your windows and things like that if it really got cold. Always remember that, figure out what's the coldest and warmest area of your home. For people that have two stories, you might want to go upstairs because we do know heat rises. And not only that, maybe the room with like the most windows may be a really good thing too, to let the sun in. You still got 5 cards to split. Oh, 5 chords. Wow. Yeah, I still have, Jake, I still probably have, the first winter we were here, I just kept bringing in more wood, more wood, more wood, right? Um, 29% interest on a loan for a mattress. Wow, Lisa, that's crazy. But, Jake, I'll tell you what, I brought in so much wood. I had I have 2 trees out there, and I use them as holders, right? So they're natural holders for the wood, and I just kept bringing in ricks of wood. I think ricks are bigger than a cord of wood, if I'm correct, but I still have not bought or split more wood because I don't want to split wood, Nunya. I'll tell you what, they wore me out in Florida. One morning, I'll never forget it. This was after Hurricane Michael, and I woke up, and the owner of the campground, her boyfriend came down. He said, "Man, we got to go split. We got to get this off. We got to get this wood off of the sites." And one site, it was huge right there at Itchtuckney. And I'll tell you what, if somebody would have been on that site, a tree just bam. I mean, it just came down, Jake. Like you could hear it. I was sitting at the office building and you could just hear this tree just like bam and hit the ground. And when I went out there and I thought, oh my God, if somebody would have been on that site, their camper or their family would have been in a serious whirl of mess. And we pulled a trunk off there that I'm not kidding you, was you can't even see how big it was because that's how huge it was. This sucker was huge. Just the bottom of the trunk weighed roughly 300, 350 pounds. And we split wood all freaking day. I was so sick of splitting wood and I was freaking exhausted. Like, honestly, I was exhausted. Dragonflies, I came in and she's like, "You are wiped out." And I'm like, "Yeah." She fed me dinner and I just went back in the recliner and I don't even remember the rest of the night. I was out for the count, you know. It's a lot of work to split wood. But we have so much wood still because from one tree to the second is roughly 20 foot and then the next one is another 20 foot and I had wood stacked 20 foot across and about 8 foot high. And I'm about I'm probably about down to about half now, but still, I mean, that's a lot of wood. And then I had a guy come in and he just kept bringing in more and more wood, but he was giving me a really good deal. You burned 7 cords last year, so you fully function in the winter then, Nunya, on wood. Yeah, I better get on it. Well, I've been pulling trees, like, I got trees stacked, man, but, I think I'll wait and I think I'll wait. I got plenty of timber. I got so much timber that it's unbelievable, and I got a lot that's, um, been drying out, so, I'm not gonna worry, like, overly worry about wood this year. My big thing right now, Nanya, honestly, is expanding this water catch. And the only thing I have left to do is I got to go today and pick up a 10-foot piece of gutter, and then I'll have 3 rain catches. And so right now it's raining, so thank God, right? Hey, dragonflies, you're wet. Yeah, yeah, wood. Yeah, we all need to make sure we have some way to heat our home. That's for sure. I think the big thing, honestly, is like we're seeing the United States like crumble around us, right? And you know, just I'm gonna tip on a few other things that are coming in. Israeli tanks did roll in northern Gaza today, this morning. Well, it would be their night, right? IDF infantry enters Palestine Strip overnight in the biggest incursion on the war to carry out targeted raids on terrorist cells in preparation for the full ground invasion against Hamas. I think that, once the ground invasion starts, I think there's gonna be something really creepy and, like, just I think it's just gonna pop off everywhere, and I think that we're already seeing something here in the States. There was a lady, she was a professor in Detroit of Jewish background. I'm not sure Jewish religion or Jewish by blood, but, she actually got stabbed to death, and then we had the situation last night, and I think that we have to all realize that when they called the jihad on October the 13th, we're going to have a lot of lone wolves, and these lone wolves are definitely going to infiltrate all kinds of things. It's not going to just be um, it's not going to be like what like I kind of envision like mass amounts of people doing this, and I don't think that's what's going to happen. The other thing that I think that is really alert to all of us is that Russia has simulated a nuclear strike after opting out of the treaty. This is just coming out. It came out yesterday, but the drill actually conducted after the upper house voted to rescind that ratification of a global nuclear test ban. And I think that also the one that happened in Nevada kind of shows us like, um, yeah, 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 that's well, and it doesn't look like the same guy to me, but I'll touch base on that in a minute. But I think the thing with Russia is like, okay, so we have Russia doing this nuclear thing and they're backing out, and then we have the United States out in Nevada. I don't know, the first time in I don't know how many years, decades, that we've had some type of nuclear test out there. Um, so I think that I don't know at this point, like, is everybody just showing muscle to say, "Hey, don't mess with us because we got this." And if the United States is doing that, we better shut the hell up. We better shut up because I'm sorry to say there is between Ukraine, Russia, and Iran. We better just shut up. And I think a big, big concern is everything that's happening. In Israel, and it's really sad. I don't really care who is for what. What I know is that murder is murder, and what I know also is that what happened, right, is really against any type of military code that we've had over decades and decades. Like you don't go in and hurt women and children. You don't go in and murder men, women, and children. That are elderly, disabled, things like that. That's just kind of a code of conduct. And since Vietnam, when a lot of things got raised up, people were things changed a little bit, but now it's like all bets are off and they really don't have any they don't care. Yeah, they definitely are copycat. Yeah, changed his hair and his face features. Yeah, I noticed that on the video. It definitely is not anybody can lose weight or whatever, right? But I think that something is really up with the main dude. I got a text message last night after my live stream from somebody that lives on the East Coast, very close to there, and they said this is very strange. First of all, Lewiston is a town of about 30,000 people, right? So, yep, yep, a big scripted play. Um, and that could be too. I mean, I think that that is everywhere. And I think that's honestly everywhere. That's why when but the thing is like the person that the text messaged me said this kind of stuff just doesn't happen in Maine. In that town in Lewiston, Maine, I'm just going to give you a little history about it. 30,000 people, right? But they are so old school and so community oriented that 30,000 people still do not lock their doors at night. So for this type of situation to happen there is very strange. And then the other strange thing is this guy is still running around. So you have a town of 30,000 people. They said that they seen him at the boat dock, which is another strange thing. And he went into the bowling alley. So very, very strange situation. What's up, TRL? What's up? It is very strange. Yeah, I agree, Lisa. I think a lot of MK Ultra is happening. Think about this. Most of the United States, a large, I won't say most, but a large majority of people are very reliant on pharmaceuticals. Pharmaceutical to get up in the morning, a pharmaceutical to go to sleep at night, a pharmaceutical to do this or that. And when you start putting all these pharmaceuticals into your body, into your body, into your body, into your spirit, anything could occur. And, it's just like when was in the Navy and then they wanted to treat me for PTSD. What they want to give me? Drugs, drugs, drugs. I was like, no, 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 right? No way. And I think that that is so dangerous, right? It's so dangerous. Yeah. No, yeah, I was talking about that last night, man, is that there's no time to not because you don't have time to run to your car or run back in your office or whatever. It's exactly what I said on my screen the other night, no hesitation. There has to be a point of no hesitation, and you have to be able to directly deal with the situation at hand. And what you're doing or what I'm doing may save another family, kids, whatever. There's yeah. Let me put that up for you. Hold on a minute. I guess you missed it the other night. I think that that is like a big, huge thing. Is like we cannot have the hesitation any longer. Oops, I can't find it. We cannot have the hesitation any longer, because everything that's occurring is set up. It's been set up for decades and decades, and we can't hesitate even when we got that gut feeling, right, y'all? Like, say, something breaks out in a small town near us. We cannot hesitate with our gut. If our gut says get out of Dodge, you have to be able and ready at all means to get out of Dodge. But the other thing, right? The other thing is if you're put into a situation with an active shooter, we've talked about this before. If you're unarmed, the best thing you can do is try to escape out of the back door, side doors, whatever. If you can't do the run, hello, Emmy. Thanks for coming in. If you can't run, then you got to be prepared to like just okay, I can't run. There's no exit near me. So now what's my next option? My next option is to cover because I don't have a pew pew with me. And you got to take into consideration that situational awareness is going to be the biggest thing. Um, yeah, Texas Red Leg, I agree with you. Like, we have to have plans and we have to be like really focused on running different scenarios. Just like I said about what was it, 6, 7 months ago. Like, go outside of your home and rattle and shake your own doors, shake your own windows. Um, yeah, exactly, Lisa. Exactly. And there's your answer. And that's why I wouldn't take the pharmaceuticals that they want to give people for PTSD because I believe in my own personal opinion, I believe that what they do is they do some large experiments on people with their what you just said right there. But why would I want to put myself through that? I believe that centering on faith, centering on skills, finding hobbies, activities, rejoicing in the moment, no matter even if it's shitty, is like a way to go forward. I don't believe going forward is always popping a pill. I there's so many things that we have to put ourselves in check about, just like about the consumer nation. We got to stop consuming and start learning the skills because that's what's going to bring us through. I got to show you all this. I have two more coming in, and this was a surprise. It was a nice, super nice gift. I've been getting a lot of nice things in the mail lately. Can you all see this? Check that out. So, stepping in it sent us a series of three of these. They're like probably the best healing remedy books that are out there. Over 1,000 natural remedies for the prevention, treatment, and cure of common ailments and conditions. And this is fabulous. This book, just one book like this, runs $45. And so I went to the PO box. She said, "Did you get it, OTWP?" And I was like, "What did I get? What?" And she's like, "Did you get what I sent you?" And I said, "No." The next day I went back to check the PO, and here's one of them. And today, two more are being delivered. I want to give a big, huge shout out to Stepping in It. Thank you so much for that. And then also, Hooga Hooga has sent me like three books, too. And this one is like really cool. This is like that you can't see it because of the back screen. It's DIY projects for the self-sufficient homeowner and 25 ways to build a self-reliant lifestyle. And then on top of it, she sent me one that's about making a camouflaged garden. So that's really like y'all, I love to read and I really appreciate the books that I've been getting. And I try to read them and put them in my head and I try to pass them on to people. If you go to the community page, you'll see that I posted a bunch of stuff last night. But I do want to give a big shout out to Hooga Hooga, Stepping in It for those beautiful, wonderful books. I really appreciate it. And this remedy book, Stepping in It, has some awesome stuff in it. We have to see that God's miraculous wonders is what we really need. Like when it comes to prepping, right? When we really comes down to prepping, We can get all the ammo, we can get all the gear, we can get all the freeze-dried food, but what's really gonna make a difference for us, for each one of us, is learning what God has placed around us. Like bark, bark, you can make flour, you can eat it, you can make teas, you can do all these cool things, right? And God placed all that, around us. Yeah. Yeah, every single layer of bark. And the other thing is like dandelions. Everybody always wants to go and let me spray my dandelions. No, don't spray them. Don't spray them. Don't use that crap around your home. Let things grow naturally and wonderfully because those things, those wonderful plants that we have, dandelions, you can actually eat a dandelion from the root to the top. And I've talked about it before. You can make soups and jellies and remedies and tinctures. And God's provided all that for us. Dragonflies has really been out on the property lately, taking some long walks. Yeah, I have it. I have it, Texas Red Lake, every Saturday morning now. I missed it last Saturday, but this coming Saturday morning, we're doing the Lost Ways. We're also going through my water book to talk to people that do have lots of water around them, but it's salt water. So we're going to talk. There's a lot of things that we can do that's around us that we can use. Yeah, wild lettuce. We have wild blackberries. We have so many wild blackberries, the deer come like crazy, right? But I think The Lost Ways is one of the best, Texas Red Leg. I really like that book because it touches on food, it touches on prepping, it touches on the old ways. Oh, you just discovered it. On the other channel, Texas Red Leg, when we had the other channel, I did a series of 10 or 11 weeks every Saturday morning that was all about the lost ways. Also about like borax powder, baking soda, apple cider vinegar, things that should be readily available to us. But sometimes I feel like those are getting crunched too, right? You definitely want to, the lost ways, if you can invest into the lost ways, I printed mine out, right? But I think that the Lost Ways is really, really important because it goes back into the 1800s and then it comes forward and goes into the Great Depression. And I was really blessed the other day. I kind of talked about this briefly on a live stream the other day. Is I was speaking with a lady. She was either 97 or 99, and she started talking to me about the Great Depression. And I said, "Let me ask you this, ma'am. You lived through it, right?" And I said, "What would you tell people is the most important thing if we hit a Great Depression or worse?" She said, "To work hard." She said, "Work hard." She said, "And make sure that you have your own reliable food source, be it if it's foraging, gardening, or animals." She goes, "You have to be able to feed yourself." She goes, "And you hope and pray that the water doesn't get contaminated." And I was thinking, yeah, we hope and pray that, right? But I think also, if you want to, you can reach out to us or reach out to Dragonflies right now. Dragonflies, would you drop that email? If you're a member, I have a new link and over 500 books, and I'm talking first aid. But the new part of that link for the members on this channel is there's a lot of military spec books. There's a lot of first aid books. There's a lot of preserving books. Um, so that's a perk for joining at the lowest level is that you get that link. And what we've done is we print them out, right? We print them out, and I'll show you. What we do is we just go ahead and we just put them in a 3-ring binder, right? And like this is my Lost Ways notebook. So this is all the Lost Ways, Texas Red Lake. So that is really, really important. Yeah, this is different than what Simon has hooked me up with too. He hooks us up with a lot of stuff, but this is the Lost Ways, and so we just print them out and we put them in a 3-ring binder because books are going to be essential. They're going to be important, especially when our grid goes down. Whenever it happens, it's going to be one of those things that's really important. Emmy, you can drop anybody that wants to drop your link. If you're a mod, drop your own link. If you're not a mod, you're sure welcome to. Yeah, Fisherman 12. The Lost Ways definitely covers a lot. I think that the Lost Ways is probably one of the most beneficial books that we could have. What is the old lady's name? She passed away. I shouldn't call her old. She was old, but Clara. She's here on YouTube. Her name is Clara, and she did Great Depression cooking. She has a phenomenal channel. Her channel's still up. I think it's her son that takes care of it now. But she did the Great Depression cooking, and that, yeah, it is Clara. That's what I thought, Dragonflies. I forgot the name of the channel, but it's Great Depression Cooking by Clara, I believe. She really shows what they did, how they survived, and things like that. And her channel, man, she got millions and millions of views. Um, I think that, learning some Great Depression recipes is going to be beneficial to all of us too, because we all see how things are getting like the crunch, crunch, crunch. I got to get coffee, coffee, coffee. Y'all have to come with me to the kitchen. But I think that, when we look at the Great Depression cooking time frame, my aunts and uncles, they used to do crazy stuff during the Great Depression. And they did absolutely crazy stuff. Like they used to go out and then they would go ditch hunting. And what that meant is like basically if there was a chicken in the ditch, well, the chicken was free game, and that's the desperation of people that will happen. And I think it'll be a lot worse because we have a entitled generation of kids, right? That they feel they're entitled to everything. They got to get the new cell phone. Now they don't want to work for the new cell phone. They got to get the new car, but they don't want to work for the new car. And it just goes. The list goes on and on and on. And when you get a generation of give me, give me, give me, and they feel like they're entitled to everything. Like, where does that put people that are hard workers, people that are prepping? That's something to think about. Is where, hey, Caitlin, I had to get coffee. Where does it put them? Um, is that they're gonna come and take yours? They're gonna want yours. Oh, Caitlin, you're still in shelter for place because they haven't found the guy. Yep, and I agree with you. I think it is probably a push. Um, well, come on, Lisa. Let's go get a cup of coffee. I just got mine. I had to grab me a little bit of cream and sugar. Uh, I'll drink it black, but I drank enough black coffee in the Navy. Caitlin, be very careful. Make sure your doors are locked, windows are locked. Follow the instructions. Maybe wise to be protected. It's crazy what's going on. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't have channels. Some do, some don't. But we appreciate that you're like subbing to channels. That's really sweet of you, and we're glad that you're here, Emmy. Yeah, that's what I heard, Caitlin. That they found his car at a boat ramp. Isn't that kind of interesting? It's not just the kids though that think they're entitled. I came across people in their 40s. Yeah, that think. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But that's so true, Lisa. And it's like. Um, I don't know, like, you know, I guess it's the environment that a lot of people grew up in is the give me, give me, give me. And look at how many young adults are still at home now. Not because they have to be home, right? It's because they don't want to work. They don't want to work to achieve things. And that to me is a big problem. Like when I was 17, man, all I could dream about is getting out of the house. That's why I joined the Navy because it was the quickest way to go. It was the quickest way for me to go is to get out of Colorado. Let me go. I'm going to join the Navy. And then when they asked me where I wanted to be stationed, I put California, California, California. And what they do, they sent me to California, except on an island, so that I couldn't be in California, right? It's 100. It's a little over 100 people that have been injured. I don't know if the death count went up. They thought that some of those people would not make it. Dragonflies. Yeah. For you lurkers, you're welcome to come in and say hi. We are a very mellow group of people. We care about each other, and everyone is welcome here. It doesn't matter where you're from or anything like that. Yeah, probably country prepper. I mean, my gosh, what is the average rent around the United States right now? Unbelievable. Yeah, Caitlin, they just updated it. There's over 100 injured. Yeah, and that's sad, Country Prepper 19, you know. But I mean, I'm feeling the crunch. I don't know about y'all, but like I'm feeling the crunch. Like my insurance went up, but I haven't been in a car accident. I have a really good driving record. Our utilities went up, our cell phone bill went up, the taxes are going up, and when you start getting everything just a little bit more, like look at our food prices. Jesus criminy, like that's like horrific. The food prices alone this last year have been absolutely just sick. They've been I don't even know like what to say about the food prices. Is that the food prices are like um they're one of those things that the food prices are just off the chart. Like, we were paying, like, $5, like, roughly $5, 5.23, 5.33 for a bag of shrimp, and that same bag of shrimp is, like, 8 something now. And then if you look at, like, all the canned foods and stuff like that, good morning, Cherie. If you look at all the canned food items and things like that, most of them have gone up either 25 to 60%. So, yeah. Wow, Nunya, that's what I'm talking about. See, when your kid actually puts the effort forward, right? You should reward them. And that's just a good dad, man. That's a good dad. Um, it's a good dad to like help him have a start. And 5 acres is a nice freaking start. That's what I got. 5 acres. It's plenty. And he can start a family, he can build a home, he can bring a little tiny home in, whatever. Yeah, the Richmond, north of Richmond. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, y'all. I hear you. That's the truth, Country Prepper 19. I love that song, man. It actually like kind of shakes you when you hear it because it's one of those things that the rich man keeps getting richer and the poor man keep going out and fighting. And yeah, that's good. But that's the thing. Like Danielle, I started working. I honestly, my first job, y'all, and I've said this before, is I begged my mom to sell cards. I've always been a salesman, to sell cards door to door. I think I was like 7 or 8, and then me and my brother, my older brother, we went and collected pop bottles because, at the time you could make 10 cents or 5 cents a pop bottle. So we would ride our bikes up and down the highway collecting all kinds of pop bottles, and then we found an old guy, he owned a gas station, so we used to go to him, and he would let us have the pop bottles. He would save them for us because he said that we were working hard. So I've always worked, but I remember, doing my first sales job, a buck a box is what I made. A buck a box for every box of cards I sold, and I'd just knock on everybody's goddamn door, right? Good morning, Skip and Tin. I would knock on everybody's door, and I'd make $1 a box, but I did it, and I had the coolest room, man, because you could either it was off the back of a comic book. That's how I started doing that shit. But, my mom's like, "Okay, but you give me all the money, and then I'll send it in, and then you get what you get." And I was like, "Fine." I just wanted to make money. And then I had a newspaper route. How many of you in the chat had a newspaper route when you were a little guy or girl? Newspaper route was a good thing. It just taught me like no matter what you could do stuff. Like we walked through gosh dang snow, man, to deliver freaking newspapers for $30 a month or some shit. And then I don't know. Then I went from there and I started working at a movie theater. I worked at restaurants, but I've always worked. I've worked since I was like that was my first job, and then I snuck into a restaurant, and the guy hired me before like talking to my mom or anything. I think I was 12 and, I was 6th grade, 5th, 6th grade. What how old are you? Like 12? And, maybe I was slow. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, but, like, I've always worked, and I think that our kids are missing that, Nunya. I think a lot of kids are missing that because they're missing that guidance from their mom or their dad to, like, direct them, like, "You have to work hard to get stuff. You gotta work hard to have ambitions and goals and to make them actually go from a dream to reality, you know? And I think that many times people get lost up in that. Yeah. Yeah, that's true, country prepper. You'd be missing a kid, the kid would disappear, and but I think the thing is that we have to keep we have to, like, work with our kids. I think one of the best thing we could do, like, honestly, for our kids is take them out in the great wild west, you know? Take them out fishing, hunt, and teach them how to skin an animal, teach them how to clean a fish, teach them how to forage, you know? And moms, you know, get your kids in the kitchen. Teach them how, you know, how to bake, how to can, how to preserve foods. Those things are important. I think one day we will go to the store and won't be able to buy food. Probably, probably. I don't know. We're seeing shortages around here, but I think that's kind of a game too. If you all think about it, it's kind of like the hit or miss. It's like, you know, you go into one store in one part of the country and everybody's like, "Oh, there's plenty of stuff," and then you go to another part of the country and there's not shit, right? Old cabin out there, maybe he'll start working on it. That'd be cool, Nunya. Yeah, this stuff here is not stacked. It's not dragonflies. It's seriously not stacked. I think that we're gonna see more and more of this crap, and I think that I don't know. I think that everybody has to stay on point because, ooh, it's hot up in here. Maybe the AC's not on. See, what are we gonna do when the AC falls, right, folks? Everybody be like, "Oh, we don't have no AC. We don't have nothing. It's hot as all get out," and people are gonna be having a meltdown because it's gonna be too freaking hot. People are gonna be like, "Oh shit, it's hot up in here." And that's another thing that concerns me, especially for like elderly people, is like the heat and air thing, CPAP machines. We got a lot on our plates, folks. That's why we got to keep prepping, right? Oh, let me talk about that. I was going to talk about it last night, Country Prepper, and we got sidetracked on the news. So, not only the ammo shortages, right, but the ammo prices. And right now, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. I think I can here. Hold on. Um, Let me see. I pulled up an article about this because I was like, "Holy shit, man." Hold on. I saved it. Let me see here. Let me see. Okay, right here. So there's panic buying right now of ammo. Hey, Mark, what's going on, man? There's panic buying, folks. WW3 fears trigger American panic buying of 5.56 ammo. Prices surged 39% in 1 week. So it's kind of like what happened during COVID. Like everybody's like freaking out, and they everybody in the United States is saying it's time to panic buy ammo. Morning, she's a wildflower, and it's kind of like what happened during COVID. You know, people bought up all the toilet paper, or did they, or was that like some bullshit? But anyway, the new data. If you want to go to the ammo tracking website, it's ammo prices now. You can see how much it's fluctuating. Go to ammo prices now, and it shows the 5.56 times 45 mm that's NATO caliber, right? Has surged 39% in the last week. And that's from 36 cents a round on October 14th to 50 cents a round on Sunday. But the interesting thing is when I was going down this list and I showed it on the news that somebody posted on here, I posted in another discussion during Obama's reign, Operation Jade Helm. Weapons and caches were placed all over the country for the invading Chinese or cartels. If we can get there first, there's tens of thousands of arms and billions of rounds. Woo. You know, wow. That makes you think right there, right? That makes you think. Well, it's that time, y'all. It's halfway in, and you know how we do coffee with OTWP. We come around center, and so I'm going to pull up a music video, and we're going to take a little intermission so I can stretch. Actually, so I can smoke. I'm not. Let me not lie to y'all. I'm not gonna lie. Why would I lie, right? There's no reason to lie. Yeah, I'd just be downright honest. I need a dang smoke. So let's see this one. I think this is a pretty good one. Good morning, Tamara. I was talking about you. Were your ears burning earlier? Oh, yeah, yeah. I hope y'all like this one. I don't know which one it is. We'll see. I'm not lying. Dragonflies, dang. MAE skipping 10, then yeah. Who else is up in here? Tamara, troublemaker. Tamara, can you sit the hell down? Tamara, you always come in here disrupting everything. Gosh dang, man. Sit down. From now on, when Tamara comes in, everybody make sure that she sits in the back of the room. She causes too much bullshit. Cherie, I'm not. Cherie, Cherie, I just said I'm not going to freaking lie. I'm going to smoke a gosh dang cigarette. It's 40 minutes in. It's morning time. I'm drinking coffee. I need a gosh dang smoke. Gosh dang. Enjoy this. Let's see. I don't know what it is. One of them that I've made over the years. Oh, or is it not? Or is it just, is there no music? Who knows about me? I don't know. I don't hear any music. I just see a boat. I just see a boat going. Hold on. Let me try another one. I only have 900. I think it was before I got taken down on OTWP. I think it was like over 1,000 videos. Woo! Busy. Busy. Jesus criminy, man. That's a lot of videos. Here we go. Let's try this one. Let's see what this one is. I don't know. Don't mess with my Tam Tam. Oh, bullshit, man. I call total bullshit on that, Dragonflies. Tamara is nothing but a Tam troublemaker. She sends me some gosh dang hot sauce that can burn, just burn right through your gut, give me an ulcer and shit. There we go. We ain't got nothing to worry about. Stay focused, people. I'll be right back.
I got nothing to worry about when you're by my side. I looked out and I saw the rain. I wanted it to go away. I felt the weight of it all come down. I braced from the deafening sound. But you were there, holding my hand. You were there, holding my hand. I got nothing to worry about when you're by my side. I got nothing to worry about when you're by my side. I bled from the wound for at least a year. I couldn't clean myself up. I reached out for the bottom rung. You hoisted me up. You were there, holding my hand. You were there, holding my hand. Holding my hand.
A bunch of gosh dang troublemakers up in this chat. Jesus criminy. Whoa, Lordy, help me. And whoever won the tumblers, Country Prepper 19 and someone else, but they didn't email us. They need to email so we can get them sent. It's OTWP winner at Gmail. But I decided this year for 2024, we're getting rid of the Puff Puff marshmallows, right? We're going to get rid of the Puff Puff marshmallows. And I decided that y'all are going to be Puff Puff. Puff Puff cheese puffs. So if you're a cheese puff this year, uh, we got the big bag for you. A bunch of cheese puff marshmallow asses. I can't get rid of the marshmallows. Yeah, I got you, Country Prepper 19. You were drunk, but I got you. We know you were drunk. We are woman. We are strong. Oh shit, there's like some shit going on up in this chat today. Woo, lordy. I don't know. If you have a channel, go ahead and drop your link if you need. If you're not a mod, ask one of the mods to help you out. They'll drop your link for you. Oh yes, got to get out that morning burp. Get out of your cheese puffs. No, this is for the channel now. Yeah, you most certainly were. Yes, because you didn't remember that you won anything, and you got the cool Country Prepper 19 tumbler mug coming at you. Exactly, a dragonflies. Oh gosh, here we go. Oh gosh, here we go. Some bullshit in the chat. Bullshit. Bullshit. Sparkle on, what's going on with you? What's going on? Welcome to the chat. The morning coffee. Coffee. We all need coffee. Make sure you prep your coffee. Gosh dang, coffee's going up. Texas Redleg is up here in the chat. He's hanging out this morning. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Well, I say, you got your coffee. I got mine too. Cheerio. So, what's the biggest concern on y'all's mind right now when it comes down to just down to earth prepping? Like, what is your biggest concern? Drop it in the chat. Let's talk. I think that my biggest concern is nuclear. That's just the truth of the matter. Nuclear, not the nuclear blast itself, because once the blast happens, right, the fallout will basically it goes down like 20 to 30% per day. That's why they say shelter in place 5 days. My biggest thing is that if there is a major catastrophe, like say 2 or 3 nuclear explosions around the world, or 5 or 10, or right, that once a nuclear situation would happen, is nuclear winter. That's one of my biggest concerns, because nuclear winter will drop us into anywhere from 6 to 10 years of below 30-degree temperatures, which would be a very hard thing. EMPs, yeah, the safety of your family, no matter what the course. I hear you on that one. Grid down. Yeah, I hear you. Grid down EMP is very concerning, because that would basically break us to the freaking hilt. I mean, it would break this country to the hilt, as well as any other country around the world. Um, yes, and I talked about that, Sparkle on. I think 7 to 10 days is, if there's a nuclear situation, 7 to 10 days is probably right on the money. They're saying like 5, right? But like, why risk your life? Surely, as a prepper, you can stay put for 7 to 10 days. Surely for 7 to 10 days, you got food and water, and you can just sit still, right? Getting your coffee, but it ain't gonna help any. Well, shit, Tam, you got this red. What do you got going on? You got the red face going on. Okay, all right, okay, yeah, yeah. Well, and I think perimeter security safety is going to be a huge thing, Nunya. I think that like each one of us really needs to have a plan. Like at first, I was gonna put one of the guns like right by the door, but I thought if the door opens and it's a friendly, right, they could still see that my gun is right there. So that's why I moved it back and put it on the bookcase, because it's around a little ledge of a wall. So the only person that would know that it's there, if they're standing in the entry of this cabin, is me and Dragonflies. And that's important. Like, even if you have weaponry or a gun or whatever, machete, whatever in place, you don't want it for anybody that walks in your home to see it, right? That's like really important. Yeah, on your hip. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I'm having a special about that, TRL. I'm having a special about that when the good people turn bad. And I'm going to run some scenarios on the channel. Also, right now, there's not that many of us on here, but do this. Hit a one if you'd like to have the A hole club in November. Hit a one if you'd like the A hole club because I feel like I'm an a hole right now. I feel like I really need to let some shit out. Um, your vote matters. Your vote will actually be counted. uh, Unlike what happened to us during the election, your vote will be counted. Not 75 times, just one time it'll be counted. So make sure that you hit a one if you want the a-hole club, because I think we all need to let something out. And I feel like making one of those weird, strange videos, but I need to see some ones. Otherwise, I'm not going to do the shit. That takes me too long. Also, I was promising trivia. We're going to have trivia. I think that vote harder, vote more. Uh, go and get some certificates, and then you could vote like 27 times. That would be like another thing that you could do is just go find those certificates from the newspaper. Well, I can't get into that on YouTube, how you set up fictitious names all over the world, but you can do it, right? Uh-oh. What do you got going on? I can vent over this septic system. We've been having some lagoon issues ourselves, but I realized that the guy that mowed our lawn, right? He did not put the rock back across our um oh, what is it called? Like the tube where you can like go in and clean out your septic. He did not put that back on. I'm wondering if a squirrel, a rabbit, or something fell down in that septic system, which would not be good, clogging the line up, and a decaying animal inside the septic would not be too hot, especially if it's stuck in there. You have your SBRs, but to be honest, if it is a SHT event, I'm running my 12 scatter. Yeah, 12 scatter them up. That's hip, shoulder, pocket, ankle. Shit, none ya. Well, do what you got to do. Um, I don't think it can hurt at this point. Oh, wow. Well, Sparkle On, sometimes we have to overcome. Get down there, jump in that septic waste area. It'll be a shitty subject, but somebody's got to do it, right? Yeah. Okay, you don't need my nonsense this morning. Yeah. Oh, that was you, Texas Red Light. You said you're going to do a 12 gauge scatter. Yeah. Well, I think we're at that point that it's going to be a shitty subject. No matter where we turn, it's just another shitty subject coming up. Well, Texas Red Lake, just let it rip. Just let it, let it go. If you got a 12, right? I mean, you got a good chance of something occurring. So that's always a good thing. I was talking to a guy at the gun shop over there in Mountain Grove, and he was telling me the 12 gauge is probably the one of the best, because even for somebody that isn't a good aim or whatever the problem is that a 12 is just it's gonna just it's gonna do some work. Um, I still think everybody needs a little AR. That's what I think. AK, AR, 330, whichever, right? Whichever. Pre-dug holes. Well, and the perimeter is going to be the most important thing. Um, setting up layers of protection around your home so that the further you can keep them away and know that they're there, then you have an opportunity to get in position to do whatever you got to do to protect you and your family, right? Which is really important. Also, there was something used during Vietnam that, well, it was to do with the holes, right? But not like pre-dug traps. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, we all need to be on point, literally, and get out there and practice. Be if it's in the shooting range or on your own property, whatever. Everyone needs to practice, from our kids to our husbands, our wives, whatever. Everybody needs to be on point about um, how to protect yourself. And there's a lot of good booby traps. There's a really good book that actually teaches you about booby traps. But I think one of my things that I just found and that I'm going to do is set up a tripwire and have it in place so that all I have to do is just snag it up and then have the 12 gauge. And then as it gets hit, the 12 gauge will go off. You'll hear it. That'll be like your last line of defense is that wire. And then once they're inside the wire, you know that they're like really close and you better be doing something, right? That's over the top doomsday prepper shit right there. But I think, we got to do some of these things. This is a fancy jet system. Ooh, you got the jet system in your septic. Wow, sparkle on, you're fancy dancy. The birth of badass. Yeah, you don't want to know what's in the trunk. That's funny. And make sure you have plenty of trash bags. Dragonflies can go all into that. She goes. She knows how to dispose of certain things. That's so like have bleach and trash bags. That would help you a lot. Boy, we're talking some doomsday prepping shit right now. Boy, oh boy. Oh gosh. Y'all are on one this morning, huh? Everybody thinking about what's coming. Let's see what the latest updates are. Hold on, I'm gonna bring you some news. Here we go. Are y'all ready for some news? Let's see here. All right, let's see what's going on. And this site always tells me so much so quickly. We talked about that one. Why did California Governor Newsom, why did he go to China? Hmm. That's one thing I'd like to really know. Well, I'll tell you why. He had a lot of intel and he had to deliver messages. And not only did he have to deliver messages, right? This is rumors, but he also is probably just bought and paid for, along with several other in our government. We talked about the snowstorm. We talked about the tanks rolling into Gaza. Um, there is a secret speech out of General Chai Hayatan. I cannot talk about it on here, but you might want to go and search that. Again, the name is Chai, Chi, Hayatan, Haotian. Interesting. I definitely can't talk about that on here. The mass shooting. Possible suspect behind deadly Maine mass shooting reported hearing voices. He was threatened to shoot up bases where he was stationed at. He was in prior military. Isn't that great? Blame it on the military. Let's take away. Oh, I see where this shit's going. Now, instead of me having to do a 30-day wait to get a pew pew, they'll probably put like a 60 or a 90-day on me because. Oh my goodness. We have the intentional destruction of agriculture. Well, that's no shit. We've seen that coming for a while. Hold on. I'm going to go down here. Go down, go down. Uh-oh. No, I'm not going to talk about that one. People will unsub. Oh, um, Fuber. Fuber, here it comes. We are in a warning attacks inside the USA. We have warning attacks coming in. Oh, do we? Hmm. Yeah, what'll be next? Oh, here's one that we all need to know. Global insecurity could lead to prescription drug shortages. Be prepared. China has started blocking pharmaceuticals almost immediately when old Joey put and his puppets put sanctions on China. Now they are sanctioning us by taking away pharmaceuticals. So we'll have a mass population of totally crazy people because they won't be able to get their drugs. Mm. World War III has commenced. The feds need a war, whether real or imagined, to keep the debt bloated pig alive. Once the printing presses stop, the jig is up. Isn't that about the truth? When the printing presses stop, the United States is going to go whoosh, pow, just straight down for the crash dam landing. That's what's going to happen. Oh my gosh. That's true. I hope each Raven Laughs reported in. I want you all to know that she said that there was a sale right now on Amazon for gas masks and nuke masks. So if you need one, go over to Amazon and check it out. I don't know what kind. I haven't looked at it yet. You've already had a problem with getting meds. It's going to get worse. But Tamara, remember I told you 6 months ago to go ask your doctor for 3 months worth, because it's going to happen. And when it goes full blown, people, it's going to, honestly, a lot of people will probably perish because they won't have their meds. And then that'll be a terrible thing. Let's put on the waders and zip them up with your paddle. Ready? Oh, that's Cherie talking that crap. Wow, wow, wow. Yes, actually, Texas Red Lake, send me a email, right? And I'll send you a page out of this book that talks all about high blood pressure. Everybody needs to get some natural remedies for whatever your ailment is, or if somebody, whatever, right? You need that. Yeah, that is one thing that does help is beets. But there's a lot in this book. So if you email me Texas Red Lake, I'll go through a list and I'll send you the list. You just got to send me an email because otherwise I will not remember. Well, y'all, I'm going to take it out with a couple songs. I'm glad you were here to hang out and have coffee. I always like this morning when we just kind of chilled. The Wild Wild West, Fisherman 12. Oh, well, no, Tamara, you need to go to the doctor and say, nope, I need some more meds. Get ahead. And if they keep giving them to you and you really need them, keep asking for them. That's the thing. All right, Texas Red Lake. Um, keep asking for them, and try to get you 6 or 7 months worth, because especially if it's life threatening to you, do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Um, I'm gonna go up here. I've been paying for it, but I haven't been using it, and so we also have more movement of the military, but that I think that's not going to stop, folks. And that's why I keep saying that one wrong thing, one wrong move is going to set the baby on fire. That's what's going to occur. So we're going to play some songs out of here. Y'all's membership pays for it, so we might as well play some, right? Here we go. Chit chat.
Man, I always had stories about the city life and the crazy nights. Figure I should probably give it a try. Maybe check it out, see what it's all about. But the traffic was fast and the money was slow. The people I met you never get to know. I kinda miss this place I used to live back home. Cause up here it's breakneck, paycheck, rat race, what's next? I'm tired of feeling like a small fish in a big pond. I think I go back where I came from, where everybody knows my name. My friends are still the same. I guess the slow life is just right, like a bonfire on a cold night. Hell, and you can keep your 9 to 5, happy with the simple life. Yeah, I ain't here to try to change your mind, trying to save your time. In case you're thinking about breaking out the bucket list, girl, you can skip this funny business. Cause up there it's complicated and overrated. Down here everything is understated. That's alright by me. I got everything that I need, but there is breakneck, paycheck, rat race, what's next? I'm tired of feeling like a small fish in a big pond. I think I'll go back where I came from, where everybody knows my name. All my friends are still the same. I guess the slow life hit me just right, like a bonfire on a cool night. Yeah, you can keep your 9 to 5, 'cause I'm happy with the simple life. Tired of feeling like a small fish in a big pond. I think I'll go back where I came from, where everybody knew my name, and all my friends are still the same. I guess the slow life hit me just right, like a bonfire on a cold night. Hell, you can keep your 9 to 5, 'cause I'm happy with the simple life. Oh Lord, you can keep your 9 to 5.
In our eyes, felt so much stronger when you walked with me by my side. I kept it close, but the close was not enough. Used to have it all, then we went and let it slip away. Life got in the way, starting over. A chance to run away, I kept it close, just like you asked me to. It's in my heart, I'm still holding on to you. I keep looking back, you know I have not forgotten all those promises we made. If I come around, I would never leave you broken. I wouldn't let you down again. Wouldn't let you fall, running back again, taking every chance. Don't leave me at the door. Keep looking back, you know I have not forgotten all those promises we made. If I come around, I would never
Hello, can you hear me? Hello, 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 hello. Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Breaker Breaker 19. Is there any preppers out there? Okay, y'all. We're gonna take it out giving praise to our one and only dear God. Come over this channel. We thank you so much for all of our blessings. We thank you for everything that you give us. We thank you for another day with the mag. Dear God, we ask that you lift up my brothers and my sisters that are having financial worries, health worries, whatever the problem is, God, to take the baggage from us. And we ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. May God be with all of you each and every day. I love you, OTWP Mag. I really love you. And I hope that you keep walking in faith, light, love, and hope, because that's all we got. That's all we got. We got each other. And that's like probably the most important thing that we have is we have a wonderful, wonderful mag of people on the YouTube community. They give it their all day in and day out to bring you skills and everything else. This song right here goes out to our one and only Beth D. We haven't played it a lot because it is it's heart wrenching. But Beth D she'll always hold a special place in my heart. And Beth D told me something before she passed away. We had a private conversation and she said, OTWP, don't give up. People need you and keep on going. And this goes out to Beth D. Rest in peace, sister.
I have walked through the darkest valley. I was lost, couldn't find my way. But then I heard him from within, he who died for my sins. He spoke my name, then I saw his face. Yes, I've seen his eternal glory. I felt his hand when I was astray. I never knew until then what his love truly meant. I was lost, but now I'm found by his grace. By his grace, by his grace, I've been saved by the grace of my Lord. By his grace, I've been saved by the grace of my Lord. He is the Lamb and he is the shepherd. He's the burning flame within my soul. He is my joy, he is my song. He is right when all is wrong. He's my savior and the light in the dark. Oh, I know I'm on a long and arduous journey. It is a narrow and a winding path. But he is always there through hope and despair. And when I'm lost, I'm always found by his grace. By his grace, by his grace, I've been saved by the grace of my Lord. By his grace, by his grace, I've been saved by the grace of my Lord. He will never let me down. He is always there for me. All the battle will be won. of my Lord. By His grace, by His grace, I've been saved by